My media product uses lots of media conventions similar to other magazines. I try to recreate the same style magazine content page as another, as you'll see on the screen. I copied this method as it represented Townie, which was the target audience I was after. I copied this magazine in particular because I liked the layout. It was quite quirky, but it still maintained a Townie look. I slightly tweaked the contents page, making mine more personal, with more pictures, more stories, instead of the conventional stories that the magazine had. My media product represented the Townie genre. I find this is the best genre for me to target, seeing as it is the genre I feel I am under myself. I found I achieved this through the stories, seeing as I targeted the stories that I wanted at my audience. I found examples of pieces of work and stories that had been previously written in similar magazines, and decided to interview Example, which is an electronic artist who is current and is really popular in the Townie genre. The imagery that I used, I felt helped shape this, seeing as I used high street brands such as Topman on my front cover with the model using the clothes. I find I help this represent my genre, seeing as it is modern and it is what most Townies would wear on a night out or during the day. I also found that using a font would help attract a Townie audience. Having a welcoming font or a slightly rustic font would help welcome them in, making them feel more comfortable using the mag, since they wouldn't be put off by sharp edges or anything that might interrupt the magazine, or something else that another genre might like blocking content in K-pop. I'd like my magazine to be distributed by IPC. This is because they already have a wide range of magazines targeted to my target audience. Therefore, it'd be a good expansion for them, and it would allow me to get a well-known brand right behind me from the start. My media product would be aimed at 16 to 24-year-old males. The few reasons behind this is because they are the most susceptible to advertising and brands. Hence, I try to advertise the brands in my magazine. This be through what the model's wearing on the front cover, or what the artists speak about during the interview. I feel that this age range is the best because it is my personal age range, so I can identify with the audience. So what I think generally is what most of the audience think, seeing as I class myself in the same age group and the same genre and style. I attracted my audience through cover stories. I wrote these to show the highlights from my magazine. I picked stories tailored to my audience, like exclusive interview with Example, who is a contemporary electronic artist, as previously said. This is to attract an audience who are fans or people who are interested in what this artist has to say on a specific subject. The design also attracted an audience, as it is an item that you want to be seen with, or an item that someone who is from the genre would like to be spotted with, so people can make a prejudged opinion on them, seeing as they are about this subject. People would use it as a fashion item, seeing as they want to be seen with a popular item or something that can make people think better of them before they've met them. Through the development of my media product, I have discovered technologies that I did not previously know, especially in such software as InDesign and Photoshop. Through Photoshop, I've learned to manipulate images to appeal to an audience, which I did not know before. Through this, be editing the contrast, changing the look of the model, or simply putting the text behind the model's head. In InDesign, I've learned how to actually design a magazine properly. making a 3-column layout which I did not previously know. I find this important to the magazine, as most magazines have a 3-column layout which my genre and my styling adapts to as well. So I find the adaptation and the knowledge that I have now received from the development of my music magazine has majorly helped in this production of my magazine. My magazine really quickly and now do other tasks where before I would have to ask a teacher what to do. For my prelim task, I had no idea what I was doing. A very basic knowledge on software, and throughout my development I have found that I can now spot design faults, flaws, and easily correct them with the software, whereas before I would have to ask the teacher to show me what to do. But now, with my extended knowledge of the software, I can easily and comprehensively work my way around the software. I feel my development through the software has really helped, as I have struggled at some points to do what I have been asked to do. But seeing as I now know my way around the software, I can develop my magazine that much more. As before, I stuck with a simple 1-column layout, but using my knowledge of the software, I changed it into a 3-column layout, which made my magazine that much better and easier to work with. I'll now show a simple Q&A session that I had with a couple of students who were in the genre of Townie.